All right, and hello again. Welcome back to my build of the LEGO USS Enterprise D. This is my third live stream so far. This is what I've been able to build so far of the Enterprise itself. Of course, I have some minifigures on the stand. This one is not official with this set. This one is from the gift with purchase, the shuttlecraft, which I built in the first stream. If you missed that stream, I would recommend you go back to it if you want to catch up on it. And hello, Greg, once again. So yeah, let's see where I left off. Bag number 9 is where I left off. When we're starting with Riker this time. So, how are we doing on this Thursday evening? I am doing pretty fine myself, if I say so. Oh, got this one. Go back. Come on. All right, so we're starting with Riker and his trombone. Riker, of course, has 2 face prints. One where he's smiling and one where he is looking serious. Let's see. So I'll show the second one here. Come on, focus. No. Focus. There you go. All right, serious face. And now, of course, my entire screen is blurry. There you go. But I am, of course, going to go with the happy face. What is interesting, though, it is Riker with a beard. Now, I will assume that most people will recognize Riker with a beard rather than without. But the first couple of episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation, Riker didn't have a beard. That came a little bit later. But again, they're going with, a version of the show that's probably the most recognizable. So that's what they're going with there. Okay, so can you work? All right, that works. But yeah, in terms of my week, because officially this was my first week after being fired. So I got to looking for another job. I had 2 interviews about that. I had an interview on Monday and then a follow-up interview yesterday, which both went well. And actually, next Monday, I'm going to go for a testing day, half a day, to see if I like the job, if they like me at the job. So, despite the fact that I just got fired, it's looking like I'm actually getting something again. So that's nice. And I'm looking forward to the weekend because I'm going to Liverpool Like I'm flying out tomorrow to Liverpool to attend the Liverpool game against Brighton, which I am feeling a bit more optimistic about now that we actually won against Inter during the week. I am applying. Well, the job is this is like how do I translate the Dutch to English? Essentially, they make metal kind of products, and the metal needs to be shaped in a certain way, and like there are like computers that can do that, and someone needs to operate those computers, needs to oversee the process that it's going well. So that would be something that I would do, roughly. I will say I am not 100% sure about it, but it's a fairly technical job because I have like a technical background in terms of my school and everything. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, Riker and trombone. How does this work? This needs to work a certain way. Like this. Oh, come on. All right. Riker and trombone. There you go. And then he goes on to yaw. All right. So I'm actually gonna continue watching a video about the football in the meantime. But if you're watching, thank you for watching. Please leave a like on the video and sound off in the chat. I will respond to everything that I can. Was this football club? Houston Dynamo. Well, you're from Texas, right? So it makes sense. But Despite the fact that I know football, I know European football. I know a little bit about South America as well because I've been to Argentina and I know a couple of the teams playing in the Libertadores, that kind of stuff. But I don't know MLS. Despite the fact that Lionel Messi is playing for Inter Miami, but do I give a fuck? No. And there you go. Now I need to know this. Ooh, I love that. Oh my That's looking pretty good. Yeah. Excuse me. A cheeky Easter egg in terms of Lego. The octane colors. Shit. Oh shit. Oh boy. Great. Act 9 finished, and now that I've actually done a little bit of surgery, this looks pretty good. Thing is, I just missed two pieces inside, which actually, funnily enough, don't really seem that necessary to me. Might just be me, but oh, all fixed. this stamp. Hackenberg. What? All right, so we're building the stand for the thing, and I'm actually on to another bag. This was bag 10, and that included like some big Technic beams, Technic bricks. Um, so another bag to finish the stand. This thing is big, bigger than a lot of others. So, Liverpool winning the league. All right, stand is done. There you go. And fact number 12. All right, so back 12, starting off with the minifigure of Geordi LaForge, who has two face prints, which is funny considering the visor, but it's mostly about the mouth. One is like just a mouth, like shut, and the other is a smile. I'll go with the smile. Like essentially, I'm putting everyone with a smile, like everyone with whole smiles. We're all happy here. We are happy that Star Trek has a set. But this is the ultimate face print. Oh, can you focus? Could you focus? There you go. There you go. All right, that concludes that video. Anything else I can watch? What's going on with football? Just checking results. Ooh, Forest won. Villa up next. Excuse me. I'm just going to. What am I gonna put on? This one then. The nacelles. I just realized something that I need to do for my trip tomorrow, so just give me a moment. I will be right back. All right, now back. Uh, yeah, I just realized I needed to charge my headphones uh, so that I have, you know, headphones to use if I need them. Because truth is, I don't know if I'll need them, but if I do, then it will be nice. Oh, computer work. All right. Hey, Film Bricks. How are you doing? Yes, I am enjoying the build. That's no, it's a good solid build. It does remind me of some Star Wars ships, but then again, that's because it was made by the same designer who also designed several Star Wars sets, like the Star Destroyer, the Venator, the gunship, all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense that you see similar building techniques. But I like his sets a lot. I think he's a very good designer, and yeah, you can clearly see the quality in this build in comparison to, say, like a knockoff set. And welcome back, Greg. So yeah, definitely enjoying this. I also really enjoy this minifigure stand. Like, this is a proper way to do minifigures, because like a lot of sets just include minifigures and then it's like just put them on a stand, or they don't even give you anything to do with those minifigures. It's like either do this or do what Rivendell did, because like I really love what Rivendell did, where essentially you build a beautiful set and then you also can just place the minifigures and create scenes with it. And what is funny is that I actually saw that the designer of this set, in some like I mentioned. Oh, and hi, Legend. All of a sudden, we have more viewers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to joining. But what I was saying is that if you look at the designer's previous work, he made the UCS Star Destroyer, which had two minifigures, and you put it on the stand. He made the UCS Gunship, which is two minifigures, and you put it on the stand. He made the UCS Venator, which I just actually finished building, where you have two minifigures, and you put it on the stand. And it's kind of unoriginal, and it's kind of like, if you have a UCS product, a huge product, why would you not have more minifigures with it? And also quality minifigures, because the quality of some of the minifigures in those sets is just straight up god awful. So it's nice to see that it's improving in that regard. I do want Lego to do more with this, but I definitely get the feeling that with Star Wars they're just like, the cheapest Lego Adults Welcome set. It's a good question. That's a very good question. I wouldn't be able to tell you that, because in general, like, I actually go like for big, expensive sets. even though I am running out of space in my home. But that's a different issue. Like the entire point of being a Lego collector is like get the money and then you'll figure out the space. Like you can buy furniture to make sure that you can put it somewhere. Anyway, 2 nacelles are done. Before I continue, I see some people tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Sound off in the chat if you have any questions. Please leave a like on the stream and also consider subscribing to the channel. And we move on to bag number 13. If like I'm trying to figure out the reason that you're asking that question, Legend, with the cheapest Lego adults welcome set. If like I am not necessarily a Lego only channel, and I definitely don't get sets like sent to me or something. So I'm not a part of LAN or anything. So every year I will buy, let's say, 5 sets. And I do that based on reviews of other people. I mean, I'd like to be in line. I'd like them to send sets to me, but my channel's just not big enough. Let's be fair. The subscriber amount is not really an indication of the people that actually watch me, if we're being fair. Do I need to make this twice? Yes, I do. Of course I do. I'm building them as cells. Favorite bad movie? Okay, but is this like... This is an interesting question because I feel there are 2 types of answers that you might be looking for. Either you could be looking for a favorite like movie that I know is bad, but I enjoy it genuinely, Or you're asking if there's a terrible movie that I know is terrible, that everyone knows is terrible, but it's so terrible that it's laughably bad. Either way, I have to think about that one. I really do. Like in terms of a like movie where I'm aware that the movie's not particularly good, but I do enjoy it anyway. Like genuinely enjoy it. Which, by the way, usually comes with a couple of drinks. Let's be fair. That, by the way, that is definitely something to do. Like find a movie that you know is not particularly good, but it's entertaining. You get a couple of drinks and you enjoy it for what it is, with while you're drinking, while not being the most sober. But in that regard, I would probably say 2001's Lara Croft Tomb Raider, which, by the way, we're going to do a watch along for next year on and I quote on the and I quote channel. If you're interested, I'm not entirely sure when, but we'll get there. Um, Another one that I watch every Halloween, which I know isn't good, but it's fun, is Van Helsing. It's not a good movie, but it's fun. And Ellen Silvestri scores like legit good. That's like a legit good element of that movie. Other than that, it's not very good. But I suppose I have some childhood nostalgia for it because I watched it when I was a kid, and back then I didn't know what bad movies were. It's very interesting how when you're a kid and you watch or younger, I wasn't a kid, but I was just younger. Um, you watch something and you're like, "Oh, this is great fun," and then you watch it years later and you're just like, "Wow, this is fucking terrible." That's kind of me with Van Helsing. I mean, I still think it's fun. It's just not good. I all of a sudden realized that. Um, but in terms of a favorite movie that I love to watch because I know it's bad and is like so bad it's good, I would probably say Gods of Egypt. Gods of Egypt is so horrible and it's so laughable. Like I actually went to see that movie in IMAX, got a couple of beers, and I was looking around at the because it was IMAX opening weekend, so there were actually a couple of people, and they were like legitimately reacting to what was happening on the screen, and whenever they would have some kind of reaction, like if they would laugh at a really terrible joke, I would look at them and that would make me laugh. And I would really try to hide the fact that I'm laughing at them. But there were just moments that I'm like, you cannot seriously believe that what we're being presented with on screen is in any way, shape, or form good. Because it wasn't. Gods of Egypt is so fucking terrible, but it's laughably bad. I mean, another one, of course, is The Room. But I personally very much enjoy the Disaster Artist a lot more. And it was funny that actually um, earlier this year, I had the idea to watch The Room at one point when I was drinking with my then girlfriend. Like, I was like, oh, we're drinking. Let's just watch The Room. Oh yeah, we haven't seen it in a while. Okay, and then we're watching it, and a couple of minutes in, already, she commented like, "Oh yeah, we're not watching The Disaster Artist," and she said it so disappointedly because she realized, yeah, The Disaster Artist is actually a legit great movie, and The Room really isn't. The Room is really fucking terrible, but The Room is a fun kind of terrible. Oh, what a tease. Also, I'm getting warm. Why am I getting warm? It's December. It's not supposed to be warm. Oh, come on. It's a lot of trans blue pieces. It's actually kind of difficult to recognize which is which. Oh, for fuck's sake. Stay. No. Okay, I'm just gonna let him know now. It's getting ridiculous. 2025 is almost done. We are less than 3 weeks away. And honestly, there's definitely a part of me that wants 2025 to be done. And there's another part of me that really appreciated that 2025 happened. But yeah, it's been more bad than good for me personally. So I'm definitely happy that the year's over. I want to start a new 2026. Let's go again. Because, yeah, no. I lost my girlfriend and I lost my job twice. I lost my job twice this year. First, I lost it because I wanted to, and then I was fired, which is not great. On the flip side, I did go to the Austrian Grand Prix. I'm going to Liverpool this weekend. Not all bad, as I said. And of course, in regards to Formula One and football, my teams did become champions, so that's cool. But yeah, the job and girlfriend thing is definitely a bigger factor. One funny thing as well, I also lost something, but I'm happy about that, and that is weight. I have lost a lot of weight. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, there you are. Never mind. False alarm. Well, we're fine here now. Thank you. How are you? Just, yeah. I mean, not only did McLaren win the championship in terms of the constructors, Lando won the drivers, and I went to a race where McLaren won the race, and it wasn't just a win; it was a 1-2. So in that regard, the Austrian Grand Prix weekend was one of the absolute highlights of the year. If you're thinking about going to a Grand Prix, go. If you're thinking about attending an American Grand Prix, don't. Even if you're an American, even if you live right around the corner. I can tell you what. I met some Americans in Austria. By the way, first I'm going to get the bag, then I'm going to tell you the story. Nope. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Cool. Anyway, so story. At the end of the Austrian Grand Prix, of course, I was buzzing. I was so happy that the race that we attended was a good race. But in addition to that, Lando won and Oscar was second, so that was cool. And we were walking back from the grandstand to the place where the buses come to bring you to the train station. So as we're walking, there are already a couple of people that we get to talk with, which was nice. Most of the people were just buzzing about the fact that it was McLaren 1-2. A lot of McLaren fans there. Because let's be fair, most of the Max fans had already left because after lap 1 he was out, and they were like, well, then we're out as well. You pay I don't know how much money for the event, and after lap 1 you decide to leave. You're an absolute idiot. Either way, by the time that we got to the place where the buses come, it was a humongous line, as you can expect, because everyone is trying to get to the station. So we are just standing there, and I'm standing to a couple of guys in McLaren merch. Some I get to talk to them about yeah, we won the race, that kind of stuff. And one of the guys was telling me about the fact that he had this was already his second Austrian Grand Prix, 2 years in a row. Last year he went, and this year, and at that point I was like, okay, if you're going to the Austrian Grand Prix as an American, why don't you go to any of the American races? Very simple. The American races are more expensive to go to for Americans, even if you live there, than to book a flight and accommodation in Austria and go to the Grand Prix there. So if you are going to Grand Prix, come visit Austria. It's cheaper. It is cheaper than going to any American Grand Prix, which is crazy to say, but it is. It made total sense to me because, well, of course, Vegas is impossible. Don't even try unless you have time, money to waste. Miami, kind of the same. It's impossible. I think out of the American races, Coda is the cheapest one, so probably would be the best one to go to. Also because the racing is usually very good at Coda. I really like the circuit. I think it actually they made a really good circuit for modern day Formula One racing. So most of the races are actually really good there. But yeah, in terms of price, you really might want to look at that one. Because the great thing about the Austrian Grand Prix, if you're going, the weather is usually good at Austria. It's very hot, so pretty much the same in Texas. It is a really good racetrack. They have good food. They like people are very nice. Essentially, that's also just the overall energy around the circuit was really nice from everyone. And like it's a proper circuit. You also get Formula 2 and Formula 3 there. M4 Super Cup, if you're interested in that. I do watch F2 and F3, so I actually was able to watch um, all the races. Like if you, to be fair, Formula 3 is very early. You need to go very early to the track. But in that case, I'm like, you know what? I'll get up. I'll go to the race. Um, if I'm there. So, like that way, you actually get something out of the entire weekend. Like the entire weekend is just a case of like on Friday, like you watch free practice one, free practice two. You explore the paddock, explore everything around. You can watch Formula 2 and Formula 3 qualifying because they qualify on the Friday. Then on Saturday, you have free practice three. You have Formula 2 and 3 sprint races, and of course, the main qualifying. And then on Sunday, on Sunday, you have the Formula 3 feature race, the Formula 2 feature race, and the Formula 1 race. All of that is happening. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Have I been to another Grand Prix? Yes, I have. The 2011 German Grand Prix. That goes back. That was a graduation gift for me. Back in 2011, I had just graduated high school at the age of 17. And my mom gave me, actually, like, took me to go see the 2011 German Grand Prix, which was a great fucking race. And as a McLaren fan, Lewis Hamilton won. Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren won. What was a shame is that Jenson Button retired, but what are you going to do? Have I been to Le Mans? No, I have not. I'd like to go someday, but that's an entirely different beast, and also I don't exactly follow world endurance racing. But Le Mans is definitely a special one that would be cool to at one point cross off the list, but hey, you gotta have money, you gotta have the time, and you gotta have the stamina to stay there for 24 hours. That's the thing, 24 hours of racing. Ugh. Kind of crazy. Actually, okay, I have watched previous editions of Le Mans, but only like bits and pieces. I've never actually managed to watch the entire race because, again, like it's very difficult to get invested in a sport that I don't really follow, even though it is definitely something that I'm like, oh, would be cool. Same as like Indy 500. It's like, yeah, it would be cool, but am I ever going to attend it? I'm not sure. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I'm getting hungry. It's been an active day. I haven't had the most food. I mean, it's like any 24-hour race. The difference, though, is 24 hours of Le Mans is like the biggest one. It's like that has to be on any racing fan's bucket list, I feel. But then again, so is the Grand Prix of Monaco, and I am not likely to go there anytime soon. I don't know if McLaren does Le Mans. Also, just to correct you, it's Le Mans with an E, not an A. But then again, I mean, McLaren also does IndyCar, and I also don't follow that. Even though it is my team. But again, just watch Formula 1 and 2 and 3. But the thing, like with F2 and F3, it's like it's easy to follow for me because it's essentially like a build up to the main race. I would go to Silverstone if it was cheaper. Silverstone is also expensive as all hell, but Silverstone is a damn good race every year. Also because there's rain. That is kind of shitty though, because that was something that we needed to deal with in 2011 when I went to the German Grand Prix. Because it was like the morning that I woke up, I look out the window and I see that it's pouring down rain. And a part of me is like, oh my God, yes, we're getting a rain race. The other part of me is like, shit, I'm going to have to be in the pouring rain on the grandstand. Which is, by the way, another reason that when I booked the tickets for the 2025 Austrian Grand Prix, I was like, let's make sure that we have a covered grandstand. In the case of like rain, you're covered. It's okay. Wait a moment. I'm getting confused. I wouldn't want to be restricted as a LAN. It's like you have to give up some of your channel autonomy. Phil and Bricks, may I ask, what are you talking about? Because I'm a little lost here. But essentially, when it comes to like going to any Formula One Grand Prix, there are cheap ones and there are expensive ones. And as an American, like, is it cool to have 3 home Grand Prix? Sure. Are they all way too expensive? Yes. Is it cheaper for you to go visit a European race? Yes. So like, Austria is pretty cheap. Budapest is pretty cheap. Spa is pretty cheap. But out of those circuits, then it's also the question like which will provide you with the best race. I will say though, being at the race, whatever happens, it's exciting. Like, even if you have the most boring race in the history of the sport, it will be exciting to watch. Because just the entire... No, I know what LAN stands for. I mentioned it earlier. I just don't understand as to what this is in relation to. Like, is it in relation to being a LAN member? Nope, that's wrong. Oh, more? More. Can I go to Mexico? I don't know how expensive Mexico is in terms of tickets, but that's definitely something. Like, if you want to go to an F1 race, look at the pricing of the tickets. I will say it is worth your time to go to all 3 days. Just make it a full weekend. Go to every session on Friday. Make sure you get to the track early, like scout around. There's a lot going on around the track as well, which is cool. But like for the Austrian Grand Prix, 3 days, 3 days of like the full experience. Well, okay, just no. 3 days of tickets on the main start-finish grandstand. It cost me 500 euros per person, and that's cheap, by the way. 500 euros per person is cheap. If you compare that to any other Grand Prix, other Grand Prix will be way more expensive. Anyway, we have some nacelles. I am not a fan of the look, but that's more so to do with the fact that I'm not a particularly big fan of the Enterprise D's look. So there's that. Anyway, bag number 15. Yeah, I'll do bag 15, and that will be the end of this stream because that will just be a nice halfway point for the set, because the set is 30 bags, so 15 halfway through. And then I'll return somewhere next week with my next stream. Oh, once again, Octane. This is the second time that I'm building something in this set that has the Octane colors. There was a very little cheeky one at the back here, and this is a bit more obvious. The Octane tanks. I need to find something to eat after this. I am so hungry. I cannot go to bed this hungry. Like, I won't be able to sleep properly. Yeah, the saucer is going to be the entire second half of the build. So half of the build is the stand and like the neck, the nacelles, and then the entire second half of the build is the saucer section. In a sense, by the time that this is done, we will have a perfect representation of what we see in Star Trek Generations for a brief moment, because they separate the saucer section, which then crashes into a planet. And again, Star Trek Generations, not a good movie. Yeah, the Octane tanks are in the UCS AT-AT. Which is stored away in a closet, and I need space to put it somewhere. The thing is, I have a plan of like getting furniture so I can, show more of my sets, but I need to get that furniture. And for me to be able to buy more furniture to buy to get sets on, I need to earn money, so I need to get a job. So priorities. Yeah. Oh, come on. Do you have difficulty with the deflector array? If you mean this part over here, a little bit. But that's also mainly due to the fact that I fucked up. Like, I missed a little step in there, and I need to go back and fix it. But that's the thing, I just missed something in the instructions. Other than that, it was fairly straightforward. It's not the easiest to get it in there. Okay. Oh. Never mind. Alright, that is a bit of a unique piece to have in that color. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Oh, stickers. No stickers. Stupid instruction manual. No. Better. Okay. There you go. Oh, shit. Oh no. Okay. Never mind. We're fine. We're fine here now. Thank you. How are you? Oh, really? Now? Fuck you, Lego. Let me put on the goddamn sticker first, and then. All right. So well, there we go. That is the nacelles attached. The rear section of the ship is mostly done. Is it supposed to have those sluts sticking out? I don't know. We'll see about that the next time. But of course, this was the stream for now. So to everyone who joined me, and I saw some people signing up in the chat, thank you for joining me once again. Leave a like on the video. It helps the channel, and subscribe to the channel if you're more interested to see how this thing goes the next couple of weeks. Also, after this one, the next set that I'm going to be making is this one, the UCS ATST from this year. So that'll be then. But yeah, this is what it's looking like now. Pretty cool. So let's see. Can I pick it off? Yeah, I can. All right. Pretty nice so far. Yeah, so this was half of the build because this is actually this was bag 15, and that ends my first of the two instruction booklets with that. So yeah, until I will see you guys the next time, where I'm going to build the sausage section, booklet number 2, which I have right here. I will probably be live again next week on Thursday or something. Not entirely sure yet, depending on my schedule next week, but I'm pretty flexible, so we'll see how that goes. Also, look out for my next video on Saturday, my next review of The Mandalorian. This episode I do like. Last week I really didn't like it, so I went on a bit of a rant, but this week I do like the episode a lot more, so check that out. Yeah, I think that's about all I can say. So until the next time, yeah, does it line up? Yeah, okay. Live long and prosper.